Welcome to the weekly Beach Bobcat news show. This is Boomer, the Bobcat reporting from Miss Katrina's office. We have an important announcement this week. Student unions, you hear me, student unions are starting this week. Just like last year, student unions will meet every other week. So after this week, not the next week, but the week after that, after school from 3 to 3:45, Asian Student Union starts today. ASU will be meeting in Miss Katrina's office. Miss Katrina's office, the new famous spot. GSA and Latino Student Union will start on Thursday this week. GSA will meet in Miss Katrina's office as well, and LSU will meet by the annex doors. Next week, Justice Club begins. Justice Club will meet in Miss Katrina's office. We are still working on a start date back for Black Student Union. Be on the lookout for this group. If you want to come to any of these groups, make sure to talk to your parents and your teacher or the group leader. And now, for lunch, on Monday we have cheese ravioli and cheeseburgers. On Tuesday, you can expect mozzarella breadsticks and popcorn chicken. Wednesday will be beans and cheese and rice bowls with tortilla chips. Make sure you keep your fans on. And the infamous turkey ham sandwiches. As usual, Thursday is pizza day. That's my favorite day. And of course, lunch will not be served on Friday because you won't be here. So let's talk about the weather. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and guess what? Friday, we'll have a daytime high will be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius. Thursday will be a little bit cooler with a high temperature of 72 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 degrees Celsius. We can expect a low temperature of about 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 11 degrees Celsius for the entire week. All right, on to our final announcement. This Friday, September 23rd, there will be no school. Repeat, no school for students. Let me repeat that one more time because this is a change in the calendar from previous school years. Students do not have classes this Friday, September 23rd. You can stay at home and celebrate the first day of fall. That's right. Friday, September 23rd is the fall equinox. That means we have almost exactly the same amount of daylight as nighttime hours starting Saturday. The days will be less than 12 hours and the nights will be longer than 12 hours, at least until the first day of winter. And that's a wrap up from this week's broadcast. I am leaving you with a read aloud called Planting Stories, the life of librarian and storyteller Pura Belpre, to continue our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. So long, Beach Bobcats, until next week.
The life of librarian and storyteller Pura Belpre. Words by Anika Aldamoy Denise. Illustrations by Paula Escobar. It is 1921. Pura Teresa Belpre leaves her home in San Juan for a visit to Nueva York. Words travel with her, stories her abuela taught her. Cuentos folclóricos, pura retold in the shade of a tamarind tree in Puerto Rico. Now a new island stretches before her, ripe for planting seeds of the cuentos she carries. Manhattan, a city of hustle and bustle, bigger, louder, crowded, yet alive with hope and possibility. What began as a visit to celebrate her sister's wedding becomes the first steps in a new land y una vida nueva for Pura. She works first in a garment factory, but it is cold floors and hard edges, not the soft, fertile ground where seeds take root. Then, a golden opportunity, una bendición. The library needs a bilingual assistant. Pura speaks Spanish, English, and French. She is perfect for the job. But where are her abuela's stories? Not one folktale from Puerto Rico is on the shelves. How lucky for the library that Pura has story seeds ready to plant and grow. In the children's room, she lights the story hour candle and begins. Her eyes dance, her voice sings. Pura's words paint a picture of a little house with a round balcony where Martina, a beautiful Spanish cockroach, meets Pérez, a handsome and gallant mouse. El ratoncito Pérez y la cucarachita Martina, a tale from the tamarind tree. When Pura's story is done, each child makes a wish on the candle, and with a wisp of air, whoosh, la vela is blown out. Now, Pura has a wish too, to plant her story seeds throughout the land. Pura learns to make puppets. She snips and sews their clothes, paints their delicate faces. Families come to hear folktales in Inglés y Español, to watch Pura's puppets dance across the stage of her stories. But the library needs libros for its shelves. How can more children read Pérez y Martina and other cuentos de Puerto Rico? Pura puts her story in an envelope and mails it to Frederick Warren, a publisher. Soon, Pérez y Martina is a book. Now a published author, puppeteer, and storyteller, Pura travels from branch to branch, classroom to classroom, to churches and community centers, planting her story seeds in the hearts and minds of children new to this island, who wish to remember la lengua y los colores of home. Writing, learning, speaking, teaching, traveling. Pura does not slow down until, like the beautiful Martina, she meets her Pérez. On a December day in New York, Pura marries the musician Clarence Cameron White. Un año away from the library, she decides. 1 year to start a new life as a wife. But a year stretches on. Together, they travel to new cities. Clarence plays his music. Pura tells her stories. Tweet, 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 tweet. They are happy years of music and writing, separations and reunions, friends, family, and stories. Always. Until, on a June day in New York, Clarence stops playing his music, and Pura's story must begin again. It is 1961. Pura returns to the library. There are others now, storytellers, who make puppets dance, who read Pérez y Martina, the tiger and the rabbit, Juan Bobo, the three magi, and many more of Pura's stories to the children. The seeds she has planted, the roots that grew shoots into the open air of possibility, have become a lush landscape into which she steps as though she has never left. The end. El fin.